great success. So with that, what I'd like to do next here is, as I said, this is the missing piece of the puzzle to their businesses, which is the microbiome. So without further ado, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to turn on my video here, and I'm going to be introducing a great gentleman that I've been working with for a little while here. Michael Morimoto has extensive experience showcasing record-breaking sales and marketing achievements, coupled with outstanding success in building and maintaining relationships with key decision makers, establishing really large volume amounts and ensuring client retention and loyalty. He thrives at using his strong interpersonal and leadership skills to increasing business in competitive markets, and has a proven track record in exceeding all corporate and personal quotas. So I'd like to welcome Mike Morimoto. Welcome, Mike.
Hey, Jeff, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, I should have you introduce me on every call. That was amazing. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you all for joining in with us. And today I would like to show you how to activate your life with 𝑨𝑳𝑳. Now, before we go into this, I really want to tell you what kind of business this is. So we're on the even footing and just together on what we're doing here. Next slide, please. All right. So yes, 𝑨𝑳𝑳 Global is the leader in gut health and mental wellness holistically. We are a direct sales, also known as network marketing, also known as multi-level marketing. Now, I know a lot of people have heard things about this industry. And I want to tell you, everything you probably heard about this industry is 100% true. Why? Because there are bad companies out there like there are with anybody else, right? Any other industry out there has companies that don't do the right things. Fortunately, we live by a set of core values, which I'll talk about. Now, just to tell you a little bit about the facts of this industry. Number one, this is about a $200 billion industry globally, paying about $100 billion a year in commission. Now, a lot of people think all the money goes straight to the top, the people at the top, although they do make a lot of money. A lot of people say, hey, look, it's one of those pyramid things. Well, where's the biggest part of the pyramid? It's at the bottom. The majority of that money actually goes to people making $50,000 to $5,000 a month in residual income. Okay. Now, if you look at it, we squash a lot of industries out there, including the NFL, music industry, video gaming, right? And there are a lot of people statistically that make a good living here. In fact, 80% of women that make over $100,000 a year are in this industry. 24% of women that make over $1 million a year are in this industry, right? Now, the one thing out there that I have to tell you is it does take time, effort, energy, and work to make this happen. Right? So it's not a get rich quick or anything. I'm not going to promise the moon and the stars here, but I promise you with a company like ours, has a few key factors that people really need to pay attention to. Number one, nobody has products like ours. Ours are very unique. So we're a category creator in this industry. Number two, we're a fairly new company, which means our explosion stages, will happen probably here in the near future at the rate of the growth of our company. So what I want to do is just share with you a little bit about what we do. Next slide. Okay. A lot of people think that network marketing makes all their money by overpricing all their products, which is 100% not true, right? So let me give you an example using a traditional model. Okay. Let's consider Nike, for instance. Now, if I went to China, right, I could get a pair of Air Jordans for about $5. I'm not sure how they get out of the factory, but they're about $5. Been there, done that. And you know what? It was kind of fun. Right now, we've all seen the documentaries. It only takes about 50 cents or $1 at the most to make the majority of tennis shoes, right? So the manufacturer makes it, and then they send it to the major distributor. The major distributor then marks up the price, sells it to the wholesaler, then marks up the price, sells it to the retail store, then marks up the price. And now we're paying anywhere from $150 to $1,000 for that pair of Air Jordans, right? So that kind of markup is insane. So how does this work? Well, let me give you another example. There's one company that was a wholesaler that decided, hey, what if we just became a retail store? Then we can compete and beat everybody's prices. And they actually came out with a tagline, always low prices, always. How many people here know what company I'm talking about? If you said Walmart, you're 100% correct. Okay. Somebody topped them and says, well, we can do one better. We're a major distributor. We'll just get rid of the wholesaler and start our own. giant box store, right? So what they did was they opened up a barren warehouse, put some shelving up, put all their stuff on it, and they charge a membership to come in there and shop, right? How many people here have been to Costco? But how many people knew this? There is no advertising for Costco. It's 100% word of mouth advertising. So let me ask this question. Have you been to Costco, right? Let me ask this as well. You walk in there, the first thing you see is a whole bunch of TVs. They're lower price than anywhere else. And then you get 1,000 Snickers bars for about $10 and a 7-pack of refrigerators, right? Now that's kind of a joke, but we all know that they sell in bulk. So everybody that usually walks in there after seeing the price of the TVs, the rotisserie chicken, and everything else in there, they say, hey, you know what? I'm going to get a membership. It just makes sense. So how many people here think they could make a great part-time income if Costco paid you to bring people there to look around, right? Now, what we do is a little bit different. When we use Costco as the same example, what if Costco then paid you a small percentage of everything that person ever purchased there for life? That's exactly how network marketing works. They're the manufacturer, or we're the manufacturer, right? We go straight to the people that are our distributors, and they go straight to the consumers. All the profits are then split between the distributor and the company itself. So with that information, you understand that there's actually not near as much markup as there would be on any normal product that you'd see on store shelves. Next slide, please. So what makes Amari Global so interesting? Well, it's our market size. You know, with a cultural change, especially with COVID going on, right? The need for mental wellness is increasing leaps and bounds. And now people are looking for more towards natural sources than going to their doctors. That's exactly where we fit in. 100%, this is going to be an emerging growth sector in any industry, actually. A lot of companies are starting to come out with similar products, but not near as good. But I'll talk about the products in a second, okay? Next slide, please. So where are we? So let's go back and talk about, so we've heard all the people at the top make all the money, but when did they actually start, right? They usually started right before momentum and explosive growth. Now, we increased about 40% year over year last year. So we're on that, right? You see that heart? It's probably right next to the star right now. So over the next year or so, you're going to see massive momentum and growth through Amari Global. We're already tipping in that direction. We're already growing rapidly. So with that information, let's talk a little bit about who we are. Next slide, please. So our mission is to create a holistic mental wellness platform of products, programs, and people. Our core values that we absolutely live by is love, integrity, innovation, service, and humility. All the decisions we make for our company are made with those core values in mind. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, another thing that we pride ourselves on doing is no matter what community we enter into, we always want to give back. So yes, once again, love is our #1 core value, and we always want to make sure that we're leaving a place better than we found it, whether it's painting schools, whether it's donating to the veterans, or, you know, giving away clothing in cold areas to like the Navajo Nation and other areas. These are things that we like to do personally. It's not something that we outsource. Next slide, please. So now I want to introduce the guy that developed our product, Dr. Sean Talbot. This guy has more degrees than a thermostat does. He's been developing nutritional products for the last 20 years. You might have seen him on TV actually multiple times, like on the Dr. Oz show, Ask Dr. Nendy, TED Talk stage, and even at the White House. And next slide, please. And he's actually in the media on a regular basis all the time, talking about gut health, nutrition, and ways to bring youthful vigor to your body. Next slide. So let's go a little bit into our products. So first thing I want to tell you about is our products. In our very first year, we actually won one of the most coveted awards in the natural nutrition. It's called the Nutra Award. Now, the Nutra Award is not a network marketing thing. This is held in Orange County at the Anaheim Convention Center with 4,700 other natural food and supplement companies out there. And we won Best Product of the Year. It's never been won by a network marketing company and has never been won by a company in its first year. They said the reason why we won is the fact that our products were so clean, because there's not a chemical or anything in our product, and the absolute need. So let's go and just find out why we won. Next slide, please. So our products actually help people level up their mood, motivation, metabolism, mental fitness, stress resilience, confidence, weight, gut health, and financial wellness. Now, financial wellness is something we had to add in because that's the #1 cause of stress, anxiety, and depression on the face of the earth today. Next slide, please. So let's talk about our first product. Now, this product we couldn't even keep in stock for about 4 months. Now we're fine, so don't worry, you can get it. So this is an all-natural product that increases your mood, motivation, and metabolism using 3 ingredients: palm fruit, mango leaf, and lychee fruit. Okay. Now, this product is something a lot different than most. It doesn't give you that caffeine kick or that stimulant drive that you would expect from a weight loss or that type of drink. What it does is it works on your visceral fat or your belly fat, slowly burning that away while increasing your happiness and encouraging you to work out, a little bit longer, a little bit more. So it is all natural. There's not a stimulant in there. Now, why is this important? A lot of people love their stimulants, but unfortunately they cause adrenal fatigue over time. And then you have to have more and more and more. This will help alleviate that by using this. Okay, next slide, please. Our Fundamentals Pack Plus is one of our flagship products along with Edge. Now, this one helps with what Jeff was talking about the gut-brain axis. Now, why is that so important? For the main reason is 60 to 90% of all of our feel-good neurotransmitters are created in our gut. We didn't know that until about 10 years ago when we could develop a lot larger microscopes, right? Now, a lot of people think that taking probiotics might help, but unfortunately that won't help at all because it's a certain strain level. So in there's Lactobacillus rhamnosus R0011 plus a few other really good ones. Now, the important part is the R01011, right? That helps increase serotonin levels in the body. Now, you could have Lactobacillus rhamnosus G0011, and that helps with traveler's diarrhea. But I promise you, if you look at your own probiotics bottles, you're going to actually now start to wonder, what are the strains in there that are causing anything to happen in my body? You're never going to know until you get down to the level of the science of the strains that do different things in the body. So our Mentabiotics, the round tub you see in the middle, has the ability to increase your serotonin, dopamine, or epinephrine and GABA in your gut. That's problem #1 with the American diet is we don't foster the growth of those feel-good neurotransmitters. #2 problem is, okay, maybe we're creating enough in our gut, but is it getting to the brain? So we developed Mentaseek that opens up the vagus pathways, absorbing those and bringing those to the brain, also priming the immune system for when your body becomes ill, you have the ability to fight back harder and faster, right? And then the last problem is, are those neurotransmitters absorbing into the brain? Then we have Mentafocus. Mentafocus simply helps absorb those neurotransmitters into the brain while increasing your memory capacity. So you get just a little bit sharper as well. And finally, we have MentaHeart that keeps your brain and your heart in rhythm. Why is that important? Is because when your brain and your heart aren't in sync with each other, it causes a lot of stress. Okay, it causes a lot of stress in the body, not allowing the body to function as properly. So it keeps everything and also cleans out your cardiovascular system. Next slide, please. Okay, our Therapeutics are a lot more fast acting. So the fundamentals I just talked about, obviously you've got to regrow those strains of bacteria in order for those to produce those feel-good neurotransmitters. It does take time, right? So Therapeutics is there in between or in the interim to be able to help out. Our first one that we send free with the first order of fundamentals is our Reboot. The Reboot's amazing. Why? How many people here have cravings they would love to kick? I'll never say chocolate again because everybody's like, I'll never take that. So everything but chocolate, right? If there are foods that you don't want to eat anymore, understand it's the bacteria in your gut that eats that causes those cravings, sends a signal to the brain causing the cravings for, hamburgers or pizza or things that you probably don't need to eat all the time. What Reboot does, it's a cleanse. And don't worry, it's not the clench and run type of cleanse, right? It just helps your body get rid of those cravings and kill off the bad bacteria in the gut. And it only lasts 3 days. So it's amazing and you feel great after the 3rd day. All right. Our mood is, I like to call it get out of bed. I don't mean because you're tired, I mean because you don't want to. It has a few very powerful ingredients like ashwagandha, relora, zembrin, and rafuma. Now, what does that mean? It means 2 of them help with stress. The other 2 help with depression, stress, anxiety, and depression. It helps alleviate that almost instantly. It takes about 45 minutes, and it helps you really get back into the mode of wanting to do stuff throughout the day. Our Relief is an all-natural pain reliever, about the same strength as an ibuprofen without all the bad effects to your gut and your gut wall lining, right? So Relief is amazing. It uses all natural products to help the swelling in your body go down, or the inflammation. How many people know that the inflammation in your body is what causes all the bad things to happen? So we use a special form of turmeric that actually absorbs into the body. The ones you buy from the stores actually will not absorb up to about 93%. So you're getting very little benefit from normal turmeric, whereas this one absorbs about 87% into the body, allowing your body to create, more cytokine production while reducing swelling and inflammation throughout the body. It also uses boswellia and white willow bark to aid in that. Our sleep. Now, this is a phenomenal, amazing product. Number one, does it help you sleep? Yes. You'll never have a deeper sleep in your life, I promise. So if you look at the formula, it just has a couple ingredients. The main ones is 𝑚azanol and 5-HTP. This actually increases your own body's melatonin. And now what does that mean? So a lot of people take synthetic melatonin. In fact, there's no way to create a natural melatonin unless your body is creating it, right? So the ones that you're taking to help sleep are actually harmful for the body, your circadian rhythms, and a lot of other things. What this one does is it helps your body increase the flow of melatonin, increasing your deep sleep and REM sleep by about 42%, okay? Now, with that, think about this. When does your brain recover? It recovers during REM sleep. When does your body recover? It recovers during deep sleep. By having in those two states about 40% longer, guess what? Your body goes through a better anti-aging process, helping your body recover and the aging process to definitely slow down. So sleep is also, one of my favorite products. Energy. So a lot of people think this is an energy drink. It's actually more of a mental energy drink. Does give you a little bit of energy? It does. It has a little bit of natural caffeine in there, gives you a kick, about the same as a cup of tea, right? Because we use matcha. But then it has a lot of other ingredients that really sharpen your mind, So with that, they use New Zealand pine bark, and they actually use New Zealand pine bark for ADD and ADHD treatment in New Zealand. So we found the company that did that. We purchased the product from there and added that to the energy drink. So more than the body energy, it gives you a mind energy and a focus, allowing you to be able to do more things faster and be more focused. Next slide, please. Then we have our food lines here and our Menta Essentials, right? So our GBX food line, let's start there with our superfood. Now our superfoods are pretty amazing. Why? Because it's all your fruits and vegetable servings and 1 serving a day of this, okay? And most of us don't eat enough fruits and vegetables just because the soil content doesn't have enough rich vitamins and minerals that they used to. So this helps supplement your normal daily intake of fruits and vegetables. More than that, it actually tastes really, really good. So when it says apple berry on there, it does taste like apple berry. It doesn't look like apples or berries when you put it in there. It does look like a superfoods drink. But when you drink it, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Then we added a special ingredient called 𝑨𝑳𝑳, or enzyme-treated Japanese asparagus, right? Why is that so amazing? Well, it's from Japan. Everything from there is amazing. No, I'm just kidding. So you think about this, right? This product actually helps your body create heat shock proteins. 𝑨𝑳𝑳 does, right? What are heat shock proteins? Heat shock proteins actually allow your cells to be cleaned out. It cleans out your cell structure. Now, with that, think about it. Now our cells can reduplicate better. So let me give you an example. Think of a photocopy machine. If I took your picture and then I photocopied it, which one would be clearer? Obviously the original. Now, if I photocopy the photo, which one would be clearer, right? And if you keep photocopying, it gets blurrier and blurrier as time goes on. And as you keep photocopying it, that's kind of like the aging process. So this isn't going to stop the aging process, but think about it in this way. It's just upgrading your internal printer from an inkjet to a laser printer, helping your body slow down that, once again, that aging process. Our seed fiber is, exactly what it says it is. It's fiber from seeds, right? So what does it help with? Gastric motility. Well, it helps you poop, right? Keeps you clean inside. We also put AHCC in there. AHCC actually helps lower cortisol levels. Now, why is that important? For a lot of people out there struggling, with stress, anxiety, it helps with that. But more than that, there's a lot of people out there that, live normal lives, have a lot of stress, but then they gain a lot of weight because of stress, overeating, and, with high cortisol levels, your body will just not let go of fat. It'll burn muscle as its first fuel. So with this, the C fiber helps lower those cortisol levels, help defeating that process in the body. Our protein powders, once again, are very good. They're all natural, they're vegan, and we do something very special in these. We use what we call whole proteins. They're not denatured, which means they're still kind of in their raw form. We use chickpeas for that. Now, why is that important? denatured proteins, number one, they taste horrible. So you've got to use a lot of chemicals to even make that protein powder taste good. Number two, they don't absorb well into the body, about 43% absorption rate versus the 95% absorption and transfer rate with our protein powder. And it's all natural. There's not a chemical in there as well. 𝓷𝓼𝓵x, one of our more underrated products, but one of our best in my opinion, because it's an all natural vitamin supplement. So everything is plant-based in there, number one, okay? Number two, it also has a brain support formula for memory, you know, and keeping your brain healthy as well. I don't know of a vitamin on the planet that has those type of benefits on there. Digestive, once again, core product. Why? This one, as we grow older, we actually start to lose digestive enzymes in our body. And that's what happens when we start gaining weight with age. We think it's like, oh, I'm not exercising enough, or I'm not doing this, or I'm exercising, but I'm still gaining weight. A lot of times it's just our body's inability to digest the foods that we eat, especially if they're processed foods. This will break down the majority of foods out there, storing them as energy and not as fat. Okay. Now it does have to be taken with every meal, but once again, if you're in that journey, well worth it. Omegas. Everybody knows the omegas are great for brain health, for skin health, for body overall health. This one's specially formulated for brain health. Okay. On top of that, we infuse it with lavender oil. And the reason why we do that is a funny reason. It's so that you're not offensive when you burp, right? You actually smell more like flowers. And we use very, very small fish, like sardine-sized fish, because they can't eat the toxic stuff that's in the ocean today, giving it a much cleaner oil. In fact, the oil is very, very clear versus, versus the larger fish out there today. All right, and then finally, our probiotics. This probiotics is for your gut health and your body's health, whereas the other one is for your mental health. So they're two different things, but work very well together in keeping your body healthy. Next slide, please. Our kids pack, one of our most important packs. Why? Because our children's health is probably what we care about the most, right? As parents, I'm one, and my kids are on these every day. Number one, once again, not a chemical in these products. Number two, it gives my wife a lot of relief not having 3 kids just going at it all the time, right? So kids 𝓷𝓼𝓵x is the same as the adults, but in a chewable, tasty tablet. Kids mood. Now this is a lot different from the adult mood. It's in a pixie stick type formula where you can just dump it in their mouth. It tastes like candy to kids. No sugars, all natural, very, very clean, very, very healthy, but will almost instantly calm, even adults, instantly calm them down and put them in more of a cognitive state. So that's amazing as well. And then our kids fundamental, once again, in a tasty drink for kids. The reason why we're able to do that is we're able to take out all the anti-aging products, and those are the ones that actually taste bad, so we have to capsulize them in the other one. So this is a full formula for children that has all the benefits of our fundamentals for kids. Next slide, please. Okay, and now here's the last thing. We're so sure about our products that we give you a 100% money back guarantee on all of the products. If you don't like them, just send the empty bottle back and we will refund your money, less shipping and handling. Now, the question is why are we so confident? The reason is we only use branded ingredients. What does that mean? It means that the companies that we buy them from have done their own clinical testing on them, like the New Zealand pine bark. The name would be 𝑨𝑳𝑳𝑚, right? That's the name of the product and the one that has been tested. So we only use tested products that we know are going to have a great effect for the majority of people. Therefore, we're very, very, very confident. And we actually have probably a very small return rate compared to most companies out there. So it's like about less than a 3% return rate. And that's with having a money back guarantee that's over a year long. Next slide, please. So why are we doing so well? Because it's a huge market, because we do self-improvement, we do meditation and mindfulness, we do brain-boosting nutraceutical botanicals, sun, space, and sleep, all those that we fit into and growing in more and more markets day and day. In fact, you can add weight loss on there too, as well with our Edge and a few other products that we have, right? Now, think about this. Mental wellness isn't mental illness. It's not just stress, anxiety, and depression. It's just about feeling better. Let me put it in a different way. The last time you took a mental health day, did you go to the spa or did you go to the doctors, right? And the majority are like, I stay at home and watch Netflix, or I did this, I did that, but it wasn't going to the doctor. Mental health day just means I need to relax, I need to feel better, I need to calm down, right? And I need to have a little bit of fun. So our variety of products will definitely be a range of products for that reason, because mental health and mental illness are two different things, just like physical illness and physical wellness are two different things. Next slide, please. Okay, now, Amari by the numbers. Here's the thing, because of the way that we do things and the tools that we have, which I'll talk about, we're actually able to get people to make money pretty quickly. We have 2.3% more people earning over $500 a month, 3.3 times more people earning over $5,000, and 7.7 times the amount of people qualifying for minimum monthly guaranteed income, which starts at $1,000, by the way, at one of our lower ranks. So with this is an amazing opportunity for people out there that are trying to increase their stream of income. Next slide, please. So I talk about the tools that we have. We make it really easy. Any information you need is on our Amari Builder app. Every product video, every product PDF, the scientific documentation, the ingredients listing, you know, about our compensation plan, everything is on there that you could possibly need, including trainings and everything else. And by pushing a button, you can send these videos or these PDFs to anybody in your phone book. Makes it very easy to send information to people that are interested in trying our products. We have an attraction marketing system. We teach you how to build your industry online as well. And then we have a personal code. So when somebody first joins, you can give them a personal code that will give them $10 off their first order. Also, we have the ability for you to send shopping carts, so they don't have to go to the website. You know, it's not a clunky process at all. You create their cart, you send it out to them, they fill it out, they send it back, and boom, they're in business with you, or they're a customer of yours. Next slide, please. Okay, so let's talk. I'm going to go briefly over our compensation plan, right? And for those that are more interested, we can go into a deeper talk about it. But it's competitive, lucrative, tons of rewards, and more coming, right? Provides early rewards, provides unlimited rewards, incentive teamwork focused on customers, international trip incentives, and growing and growing. But more than that, it gives you the ability to have what we call compounding residual income, which means it's not only the work you do, but it's the work that your team does that will get you paid to the next level. Next slide, please. But let's talk about it, right? If I can show you a way to make an extra $500 a month on a consistent basis, who would be interested? What would you be able to do with that? How could that change your life? Now, a lot of people go, well, $500 isn't that much. But if you look at it, you know, the average bankruptcy can have been avoided by an extra $400 a month, right? It's a new car payment. If you save it for a year, that could be a great vacation. And here's the thing, you get 5 interested people to try our products, right? And then you've got your focus on 5. If you do that monthly, you get it $500 a month, right? If they stick around, you'll actually build what we call our Me and 3 and our Me and 3 team bonus, which allows you to now have a residual, you know, up to 500 plus per month. Next slide, please. Okay, so as an Amari customer, all you have to do is go in there, tell Jeff, hey, I'm interested in this product or this product. He can send you a cart, and then you're a customer. There's no obligation to continue ordering, but I do recommend doing the subscribe and save, because you can cancel at any time and it will save you an extra 10%. Next slide, please. Or you can decide, hey, you know what? I like this idea. I'd like to earn a little bit of extra money. You know, all the tools are there, everything's in place. I just have to get interested people to take a look. And then guess what? I get paid every time somebody orders, and every single time that person continues to order. And that's $69 a year, which gives you the access to the app, all the back office, all the trainings, the Zoom calls, and everything else. Okay, next slide, please. Now, for those people that are more serious, not curious about building their business to the next level, we actually have a starter kit called our Launch Pack. Now, this is a great value for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's the majority of our products in one large container, right? So it allows you to preview and show off the products, everything in there except for the Menta Essentials, okay? The next thing about it is it allows you to get 150 trip points. Next year, you know, this year we're going to Cabo. Next year, we're going to announce that actually in 2 days. So for those that are interested, we can tell you in 2 days where we're going. But once again, all expenses paid, luxury vacation, okay? 187 SSR points, which simply means $187 of free products, you know, that you can use whenever you want. Now, if you think about that, if you sold those products that you just got, you just knocked the price down almost $200. Now, on top of that, we give you 25%, you know, product-based rebate on every order that you order. So if you spend $100, you get $25 in product, you know, back in products at whenever you want to get them. If you sold those for a year, this actually becomes a profit center. Next slide, please. Oh, looks like that's it. So I just want to encourage everybody, take a close look at the products. Let Jeff know if you're a 1 or 2. 1 simply means, hey, I would love to try these products. And 2 was, hey, you know what? I'd love to try these products and also make a little bit of extra money on the side. So Jeff, I'll turn it back over to you, and thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Michael. And I'll see you in 2 days in
All right.
Huntington Beach. Okay.
We'll see you then. Have a good one.
Thanks, everybody. If you want to turn on your cameras, I'm opening up for Q&A. If anybody has any questions, let's bring that on. Hey, Courtney.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, good. Welcome, welcome. It's great to finally see a face to a name there. Well, I saw your picture, but
You as well.
thanks.
I've seen a couple of your videos though, so.
Oh, awesome. And we've got, is it Alea Daniel? If you
Yes, Alea.
Alea, hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing awesome, thanks. So yeah, let's open up for Q&A. That's what I'm here for. And we've got Angela on board as well. I think she was working there, so she might be doing a, what is it? Multitasking. So who would like to go first? You know what I'd like to do is first introduce yourself and tell me a little bit, share with the group here what you do. Courtney, you got a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, well, I'm a retired veteran, U.S. Army. So that was in 2017. So since then, you know, I did a little bit of waitressing. That wasn't for me. So I went and pursued my bachelor's degree in sociology and psychology. So definitely the mental health is attractive to me. And right now I am stepping out of a career, helping children with special needs. And I'm trying to get into a new career field. Unfortunately, that's been a little bit harder to do. I'm trying to pursue my master's degree now, but I'm just trying to get those finances in order first. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks. And Alea, do you